My name is Ana Magallon, and I'm a senior cinema student at John Brown University. I'm currently working on the pre-production of my senior thesis film titled Alba. It's a piece about a boy who grows up in a village in Mexico. He wants to help support his single mom and his younger siblings and starts looking for work, but the only work that he can find that won't take him away from his village and his family is to work for the local cartel. So he joins, not really knowing what that means for him until he's there, and then he realizes he needs to get out. The only way he can get out, though, is to run away and start over, cutting off all contact with his family for his own safety and for theirs. So he moves away to the city and tries to find a job and start over, but he just can't because he's weighed down by the guilt of his time in the cartel. This film is important to me because my protagonist, Gabriel, is based on a guy that I personally knew in high school. I knew him before his time in the cartel, and then I saw him once after. And at that point, he had just run away, he had just left his family, and he was trying to start over, but he was just completely changed. Ever since the last time I saw him, I've wondered what happened to him, where he went from there, so this story was written in his honor. I want audiences to take away the idea that you can't change your past and you can't change the consequences of your actions. All you can do is decide what you do going forward. For this film, a crew of 4 of us will be going down to Mexico to shoot on location. We'll be shooting over the course of 10 days in the city of Puebla and in a town in the mountains about 2 hours away from there. We are looking for supporters to come alongside us for this project and help us cover the expenses of travel, food for the crew, gear, insurance, and ground transportation while we're there. Having grown up in Mexico, it's really important to me to portray the characters and the setting realistically, which is why we'll be shooting on location, and we'll also be working with Mexican actors, and the entire film will be shot in Spanish and then subtitled in English. I want to show not just the troubles of my protagonist, Gabriel, but I also just want to show what life looks like there, what it looks like to have a job there, what it looks like to walk the streets, to interact with other people in the city. I want people to see the beauty of Mexico as well as the tragedy of this one specific story. The opening sequence and the closing scene of my film both happen at dawn. That's why the film is titled Alba, which is Spanish for daybreak.
What I kind of hope to achieve through this film is creating somewhat of a window into a culture. This film is exciting for me because I have the opportunity to look outside of what's familiar to me as well as what's familiar to the majority of the rest of Americans. What we hope to accomplish with this film is to create something that both visually and narratively can cross all forms of barriers.
Although we've already bought plane tickets, your funding would help the film happen on the ground.
By funding this film, not only are you contributing to the education of film students, but you are also being a part of something bigger. You are contributing to a message that needs to be heard, and it's something that we can't do without you.
I want to portray not only the story of Gabriel, but I also want to portray the beauty of Mexico. I want to show the street vendors and the traffic and the parks and just everything that there is to see and experience there. And I want my viewers in the United States to be able to get a taste of what that looks like.